Hello friends, welcome to wavescript.info and I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel, and here we are going to continue our Laravel video series. Till now we have seen how to migrate tables, how to create controllers, how to create models, and how to connect route with controllers and models, not models with the controllers. So here we are going to continue our series, and in this video I will show you how to store data in the tables using models and some routes. So here we can see our server is already started, so stop it for a while and see. Before showing you the route list, you can see we have created these routes. This is the first route, add restaurant, and this is the special one, resource. It will provide you some other routes to access the methods of this student controller class. So you can simply type php artisan and route list, hit enter, and you can see the list of routes. So these are the two routes we have created by ourselves, and this two is provided by the Laravel for API purpose, and this these 8 routes are generated because of this resource method we are applying in our controller, student controller. So it is telling something what in its term. If you want to, first we will see how to store the record. So for that we need to create the form. So route is simply student/create. Then if you type this in our URL, then we will hit or we will trigger this create method of this student controller. And the name route of this student/create is student.create. So there are two ways we can call create methods. First the name route, and the second one is the normal URL path, right? So let's create a form first to store the data. For that I'm going to use Bootstrap. Here Bootstrap, get Bootstrap, and I'm going to take you can see components. Let's take a card. Okay, so I'm looking for a card. This is fine for our purpose. Copy it, and I'm going to create a folder inside our view folder. So resource view, and create a new folder for student. So new folder, give it a name student. So this is a student folder, and I'm going to create a new file. You can name anything, but for convenience I'm giving it a name, create.play.php. You can also write here add student, store student, whatever you want. Create.play.php. Save it. So we have created our view file. So first of all we need to extend our layout here, then we can see our view @extends, and pass the folder name first where our layout resides. The student app dot layout. So this is what student app dot layout. Save all and type the URL. URL is simply student/create. Hit enter, and you can see we have nothing. It's because our server is not running. So now it's started, and you can see you called create method. It's because of this here you called create method. So here instead of returning this string, I will return the view file which we have created just now. So the name of the view file is create student create. So it is inside a student folder. Student dot method name, file name is create.play.php, but don't need to pass the extension. Save all and reload it, and now you can see we have our create page. So here I will place a form. Copy this card and go inside the create.play.php and say here we have already created section content inside our main layout or base layout. End section. So this is our card, save it, and we don't need this feature thing here. We can say here save student or student record simply. Add student record, save, and we don't need this few lines. And here I can say in the form, so look for the forms, and here this is a good example. Copy it and paste inside this card body. So I pasted my form here, and remove this extra thing to make it look good and without messy. Student name, type will be text, and class form control. We don't need ID, area, label, anything else. Simply need name equals to. Sorry, my keyboard is creating little problem, that's why I'm making mistake again and again. So here say enter. Enter. We don't need this small thing here. So this is our first input field, student name, then student roll. Remove the for loop, type will be simply text, and ID, don't need ID, and you can say here student roll, and we don't need this checkbox, so remove it and copy this, the old one, previous one, and say here student address, and type will be, we don't need input, it's address, so I can say here text area class form hyphen control, and name will be student underscore address. Okay, placeholder, you can also give a placeholder. So okay, type will be submit, name will be save all, reload the page, and you can see we have add a student record, but it's looking weird. For that you can do one thing. We have section content, so instead of writing here container class, then we'll have to write a container class in all the pages. So instead of writing here, I'm going to write inside our base layout. So where is our base layout? Inside student app layout, and here I'm yielding the content, so wrap it within the container class div dot. Save all, refresh, and you can see we have added student name, and the input fields are too large, we don't need this much, right? So just go create.blade.php, and here is our card body, and you can see here style, and width will be 400 pixel. Save all, refresh, and you can see that we have small inputs, and here we can show our errors, validations, right? So let's save. The first priority is our data should be saved, right? So here we have controller, and here is the form. So go inside your command prompt and see how we can save our data. So we can use the name route student.store, or we can use the URL simply student, then both of them will trigger the store method inside this student controller. So there are several ways, so I will show you the popular one, and or 2-3 ways. There is form. The method is clearly mentioned. It is a post method. We are going to store the data, so it's a post method. Post and action. So the first way, you can simply say here URL. This is the helper function. It requires a string parameter, and the URL is here simply this student. Copy it. Student. Okay, done. Save it. Save all. Refresh it. Save. And as expected, I already know about this. It's 419. Sorry, your session has expired. In case of Laravel doesn't work without a token. So it requires, for all the forms, it requires one CSRF field just to protect your form data. So we can provide CSRF field here. Whatever the form, it requires a CSRF field. Okay, save it. Refresh. Save. So now you can see it's working absolutely fine. And for more clear, here you can say you called store. Reload. Okay, so student / create, and here add student record, save, and you can see we have you called store, so it's working fine. So this is a one way of calling from the form, where is create.blade. Another way, another helper you can use, that is the route itself. Route, so it takes a name route. So here is the name route. Name route is simply student.store. So here you can say student dot, and in both the case it will work fine. Save all, go back, reload. It's taking time. I think we'll have to restart our server. Okay, it's started. Refresh, save, and you can see you called a store. It's perfect. So its form is working. We are getting the form. Now we can do student controller, and instead of returning this store, I can say echo, like our usual traditional way of seeing or watching what is we are getting. So here print if you see in this store method, we can see we are receiving one parameter which is from request class. So here we can get the request arrow input, so it will simply give us an array. Save. You can see we have a token, we have a student name, we have a student address. This token is because of this CSRF field which is here, and it's a hidden field generated by this blade engine, and some field is missing: student name, student role, student address. Okay, we didn't give the name here. Student address, student name, role is not there, right? So we'll have to say here name equals to role. Save all. Okay, once again save. Something wrong, we are not getting the role. Name, student role, input type text. Okay, we are getting name, role, and address. If you pass the data, address, save, and you can see we have all the data. So how we can save it? There are two ways of saving the data. So the first, we will see one way in this video. First of all, remove this, and we are already importing the student model in this controller. So I can say here, or I can create the object student equals to new student. So this is the object student model, object of student model, and I can say here student arrow database column name. So database column name is student underscore name, and here I can say the request arrow input arrow the name of the form, input field form name. So here I can put student name. Okay, we need the role, and then we need student address. So here we have a student object, and how can we save it? It's very simple. Just say here, this is one of the easiest way of saving the record in the database. And arrow save. That's it. It's done. For confirmation, you can place this statement should save inside the save condition, and you can say here code. Saved. Save all. Go back, refresh it, and type the name res role 76 address. Kolkata. Save. And again it's a problem, and the problem is you can see that there is running a SQL query. This is the here you can validate if something wrong, but the problem is something else. SQL shared connection could be made because the target machine actively refused it. Okay, are we running the XAMPP? Okay, we are not running the XAMPP. XAMPP control panel. Start your Apache as well as XAMPP server, mysql server. Okay, go back, refresh, and see here res student role 54 and address India Kolkata. Save, and you can see student record saved. Okay, you can visit the phpMyAdmin. Okay, the PHP student enrollment database, and students is the table, and you can see we have saved our data: student name, student role, student address, created and updated at this is by default because of Laravel. So this is for this video, and we will continue in the next video with another ways of saving the record. And there are a lot of things like validation, how to validate the input fields, get back the users after validation, get back him to the form with the record, what record he entered. So there are a lot of things. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and put the comment, let me know. And in this video I think I'm not feeling active, so sorry for that. Thanks for watching.